employers are looking for new hires, new staff. They're missing a key component on aligning and articulating what they stand for with their values, their mission, how they operate.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gloves Off. I'm David Rice. I'm your chief editor here at DentistryIQ, back with,
Gary Wilson, CEO and founder of Pay Insights.
hey, Garrett, what's shaking today?
Hey, just trying to stay warm.
It tis the season, unless you're in Florida and it's 85 and sunny, so sorry. But
Yeah.
I digress. All right, sorry to the Northeasterners. Last time we talked about great ways to get real information about how to, position salaries, things like that for team members. Today, I want to talk about how to find the right people, because I find that most dentists hire somebody and say, hey, I need a fill in the blank position without really any depth or detail to it. And I think that's a big problem with turnover that's happening in the industry. So, what are some of the best practices that can help?
I think you really want to understand what your value proposition is to the organization, the industry, and most importantly, the people. I think when employers are looking for new hires, new staff, they're missing a key component on aligning and articulating what they stand for with their values, their mission, how they operate, versus trying to and then be able to calibrate that with people in the process, right? Employees these days, they're looking kind of for the whole package, right? Not only like the work culture, but they're looking for professional development, total compensation, and just being able to be their best versions of themselves at work.
Okay, so that's a shift, and I think a really important one, meaning show me a potential employee, like why this is the greatest place to work. That's the vibe you're looking for?
Totally, and it depends on what kind of talent that you want to get, right? So if you want to put your best foot forward for good talent, you should expect the same in return. And you need to be able to tell everyone what those great things that you do at your organization to be able to attract really good people, whether it be your work culture, the professional development opportunities, like I mentioned earlier, and just being able to figure out how they're going to have a long tenure with your organization.
Okay. Are there any red flags that like a potential employee might read something and be like, they're telling me this over here, but they're really telling me this here? Are there no-nos?
You have to be able to walk the talk, right? And I think where you need to start is having conversations with your current employees to figure out what makes the organization great to them, right? Your view might be a little bit different than their perspective. And so if you're going to hire for a hygienist, if you're going to hire for an assistant, go ask them what makes this a great place to work and be able to use that message and carry on to your interview process or as you're having conversations with potential employees.
I love that. It's really simple, and I'm betting that's very much overlooked on a regular basis. We have these great teams who like to be with us. They have strong insight as to why they like being with us. So why not build the attraction around the things that they love and try to find people who look at the world the way they look at it. That's amazing. Any other pro tips? Any last words of wisdom?
I always say make sure that you're incorporating your value proposition into the conversations with your current employees. That will help increase retention because employees naturally have a very short-term memory, right? And so it's great to have professional development conversations on the things that you offer, but also how that is translating to their own professional development and give them praise and help them, be better clinicians. And always just make sure that it's a conversation that isn't a one-time deal. Always continue to have those reminder combos.
I love that. So, friends, we're in an era right now where team members are coming and going. It's not just dentistry. And I know a lot of us focus on recruitment, but we have to put equal weight on retention. Those are great tips. Garrett, thanks for being here. How do people find you?
Find me on payinsights.com, and you can also find us on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.